What's happening, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. Now, the beauty behind the internet is that it allows people like me to access people like you and to give you our opinion, and hopefully you take from it what you may inform your own opinion, inform your own thing. And if you agree with me, cool. If you don't, even cool. That's everything's all good. But the downfall of the internet is that, like I said, it gives people like me to access to people like you, and some people huge platforms to access people that don't know any better. And sometimes the people like me that do what I do, and not necessarily like me, but do what I do, are dumb. Like, I mean, just plain and simple, they are dumb. So when you give the voice, give a platform to somebody who is dumb or says very dumb stuff or ignorant things, it's magnified. And then you got other people like me that talk about it because we have to condemn it. We have to put it to bed. We have to let it be known that we're not going to tolerate that is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. So Brett Favre has come out and said a litany of dumb things since he's retired, especially in the last year, and especially when it is regard to black people. But Brett Favre has come out and vehemently defended Derek Chauvin, even though he tries to say he doesn't defend him. So let me tell you what Brett Favre says. This is according to Yahoo News. Brett Favre on his new podcast has come out and said, quote, "I find it hard to believe that Derek Chauvin in any way, I find it hard to believe, first of all, that he intentionally meant to kill George Floyd," Favre said on his podcast. He said, "I'm not defending Derek Chauvin in any way, but you are, Brett. That's the thing." I'm going to read the quote one more time. Quote, "I find it hard to believe," and he prefaces by saying, "I'm not defending Derek Chauvin in any way, but I find it hard to believe, first of all, that he intentionally meant to kill George Floyd." Brett, what's hard to believe? The part where he was kneeling on the man's neck for over 9 minutes, 9 minutes and 29 seconds to be exact. First, we thought it was 8 minutes and 46 seconds, but it turns out to be 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Is that hard to believe? Is it hard to believe that Derek Chauvin meant to kill him when George Floyd was calling out for his mother? Was it hard to believe that Derek Chauvin meant to kill George Floyd when he said, consistently, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe"? Was it hard to believe when the people that were recording said, "Hey, he can't breathe"? Was it hard to believe that he meant to kill George Floyd when his body laid there unconscious? Was it hard to believe any of that? Or was any of that hard to believe? Brett, have you actually watched the George Floyd video? Have you watched the murder of George Floyd that was caught on camera by a 17-year-old black girl who probably had been traumatized by all the media attention and everything that she witnessed that day in Minneapolis? Was it hard to believe that he meant to kill him? Have you actually watched that video? A lot of us haven't been able to make it through the almost 10-minute long video. It's very disturbing. It's trauma. It's a lot of things that's wrong with America, all capsulized in about a 10-minute video interaction between 4 police officers and 1 black man. So what part is hard for you to believe? See, this is why we Brett Favre, like, this is why oh my God, it's hard for me to even come up with the words, because this is what happens when you allow anybody a platform. This is what happens when anybody thinks they can say anything. This is what happens when guys who are celebrities think they're qualified to talk about certain issues just because you're a celebrity. Brett Favre was a really good football player. Brett Favre won a Super Bowl in the NFL. Brett Favre is only known and only worth talking about on my platform or any platform because he executed at the highest level in the NFL. He was the touchdown leader for a long time before Peyton Manning and Breeze and Brady and all them broke it. Before a long time, he led the entire NFL history in passing touchdowns, and he had won some MVPs and he won a Super Bowl. So, like, he has name recognition in the game of football. But Brett, George Floyd being killed isn't football. Yeah, people give each other brain damage, and we probably need to check Brett Favre for some CT because some of the comments he's made recently, particularly regarding black people, makes me think something might be wrong. Because what do you mean it's hard for you to believe he didn't mean to kill him? The man stated verbatim multiple times, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." The man's knee was on his neck for almost 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And you think it's hard to believe that he didn't mean to kill him? Come on, Brett. You got to come harder than that, man. You gotta come with something more valid than just, "I don't think he meant to kill him." In what world? In what world do police officers not mean to kill black men, black people, black children, black babies? In what world do you live in, Brett? You're over 50 years old. You lived in the United States of America for long enough to understand that this happens on the regular. This is not new. This is not something new. Interactions between black men and police are not new that result in death. Hell, Dante Wright funeral is today. So come on, man. Like Brett Favre is the same man who said Deshaun Watson. Now, this is before all the Deshaun Watson mess with all the massage therapists came out. But when Deshaun Watson demanded a trade initially from the Texans, Brett Favre was the one that said, shut up and play football. You should just shut up and be happy that they gave you a big contract. You shouldn't want to move teams. You shouldn't want to get traded. But Brett Favre is the same guy that retired multiple times, hold the Packers in hostage, got upset when they decided to move on and go to Aaron Rodgers. Like that Brett Favre, retired, unretired, Jets, Minnesota, the Packers. He's that guy. Come on, man. Like you got to come back better with some more validity. Derek Chauvin knew what he was doing when he killed George Floyd. That is not up for debate. What is up for debate is your reasoning why. Like you can try to guess why you think he killed him. It looks pretty obvious to me, but it's not up for debate whether that was intentional or not. To have your knee on a man's neck for 10 minutes while he's screaming to you, he can't breathe, that is intentional. No matter which way you slice it, and no matter which way the courts would have decided. Now, luckily for us, they decided, to serve justice, their form of justice, I guess. But that justice never brings George Floyd back to his family, back to his young daughter. He'll never see his daughter graduate high school or potentially go to college or start a business or get married or start a family. All of that's gone from George. He will never be on this earth to be able to see all these things. And you mean to tell me you think that wasn't intentional? And you try to cover it up by saying, no way am I defending him? No, you're absolutely defending him. But, I mean, that's what white supremacy looks like, guys. Stuff like that. Brett Favre coming out saying foolishness the day after the Derek Chauvin trial and he gets sent to prison for murder. You have, who's a celebrity in white America, NFL quarterback, come out and say, I don't think he meant to kill him. No, he did, Brett. He had his knee on his neck for almost 10 minutes. He meant to kill him, and he thought he could get away with it. That's all my thoughts. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. the Black Boss channel on Victory Formation. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and follow me on the backup YouTube channel, Jeff Lightsy Jr. on YouTube. They're coming after us, guys. Please, please, please hit the thumbs up button because our channel is being attacked. They're taking videos off and all kinds of stuff for the things we're saying, but we keep, other plays. So be sure to check out my other YouTube, my backup YouTube channel, Jeff Lightsy Jr. on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in.